Hey gorgeous people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the story and I'm also going to share the lessons, because the essence of me sharing these videos are not just for us to talk but also to learn, because life is a series of lessons and we have to constantly learn so that we can be the best version of ourselves. We learn from people's experiences, we learn from our own experiences. So before we get into today's gist, I need you to go grab your coffee, grab your popcorn, grab some juice. I'll be here waiting, okay? So that we can really get into today's gist, because it's very juicy. Have you done that? All right, let's go. Today I'm going to be talking about Tuface. Tuface is an A-list artist in Nigeria, a legendary, the one that is known for good music. Tuface was that one musician that every young girl in love would always listen to. You are my African queen, to the best music in the world. His lyrics are so meaningful and evergreen. Tuface music are those kind of music that you will always go back, even in 100 years, will continue to make sense to a lot of people, because he puts his thoughts in whatever he does when it comes to music. In recent years, Tuface have not been able to stand that position of a legendary due to his constant life choices that has taken him up to the ladder, and the Tuface that we see now is someone that is just going down the ladder, I must say. So Tuface was married to a very beautiful young girl that fell in love with him at the age of 15, and I'm talking about no one else but Annie Idibia. Annie Idibia was so in love with Tuface. Everybody could see from their story that Annie Idibia was that ride and die chick. She was that one person that shows off the love that she has for her husband. She was so helplessly in love that she would do anything to stay and keep this relationship. When Tuface was still trying to pursue fame and climb the ladder to the top, Tuface didn't have so much then, but Annie was there for him. Annie would do anything to help Tuface get to the top ladder. Annie did not hide her feelings, her love for this man called Tuface. She showed it everywhere she goes. She carried it. She was loud about her love for this man. So along the line, something interesting started happening. Tuface does not believe in monogamous relationship. He's of a belief that a man cannot be with one woman. And most of us in Africa have been taught to think that a man is polygamous by nature. Eventually, Tuface and Annie started having problems in their relationship. When Tuface was in a relationship with Annie, he was also sleeping with other women and got another woman pregnant whilst he was in a relationship with Annie. Annie was trying to cope with that lifestyle. Annie forgave him. As if that was not enough, Tuface already had 2 children with another person he was supposed to get married to before Annie came into the picture, or whilst Annie was also in the picture. But whilst Annie was there trying to be the good wife, trying to be the one that wins at the end of the day, I must make this relationship work. You know, Annie, this man is for me, nobody else. As a lot of women will, in marriages sometimes do, you don't want to just break up out of your relationship. You will pray about it, you will fast about it, because as a woman you want to do everything to ensure that your relationship works. In the culture that I came from, what classifies you as a good woman is your level of endurance, enduring stupidity, enduring cheating, enduring all kinds of things. The moment you begin to speak up and the moment you begin to ask questions, they turn you to be a bad wife. I want peace. I want peace. Any man that you hear saying, I want peace, she doesn't give me peace, know that that man is not bringing peace. Because if you bring peace, trust me, you will enjoy your home. This girl would cry out on social media. She felt insecure. She doesn't feel like she was wanted or valued in the relationship. But because she wanted the relationship to work so hard, at the detriment of her own health, at the detriment of her self-respect, at the detriment of her value system, she wanted this marriage to work. And before you come here and throw stones at Annie, don't come and say, if I'm the one, I'll just walk away. A lot of women would want to stay in those relationships to build their relationship, and you don't blame people like that. It takes a lot for a woman to want to step out of a relationship. Last year, Tuface came online to announce to the world that the relationship between Annie and himself is over. He said that he made this decision because he wants peace. Every man wants peace. It takes two people that are intentional about making and fully committed to their relationship to make peace reign. Peace will not come when it's just one-sided. When your own is just the highway or no other way. Where your wife's feelings become secondary. You want to validate and be hopping from one bed to the other. And the woman should just keep quiet and fold her hands and watch you do the things that you do. And the worst person to be in a marriage with is someone that does not see the value in marriage. You will be the scapegoat for that union, because you will be the one trying to fix it, trying to reconcile, trying to break yourself, trying to always give so that the other person can be happy. And I can tell you, the reason why Tuface did not have peace was because of his lifestyle. And Annie was complaining, Annie was probably crying, Annie was open, but he didn't want to listen. One of Tuface's songs that I don't forget, whenever this story of Tuface pops up, the song that comes to my mind, young man, be careful and think it twice before you choose to use your device, so you don't have raindrops falling from your eyes when you see a blessing in the skies. Oh, what a sacrifice. A man that cannot control himself or is not disciplined, this device right here, if you're not careful on how you use it, that could be the beginning of your downfall. A man that is supposed to set good example so that young boys will learn from him. Young boys are now learning to say, no, this is not the life I want to live. So Tuface is now in a relationship. He wants the peace, and hopefully he has found the peace that he's advocating for. Tuface went on a podcast, and yet again, this was the same thing he said when he went to the podcast, the show that Annie was, and right in front of people, Tuface said a man cannot be with one woman. It's not just possible. You can choose to be that and say, I want to be a polygamist. I can't be with one woman, and it's okay. And you go and be open about it. You will find women that don't mind being in your life with that kind of situation because they don't mind sharing. But Tuface, on this other hand, believes that he wants to have a monogamous relationship, but he's allowed to go and sleep with other women. He went to that podcast and said, yes, the same thing he's been saying, a man cannot be with one woman. And that person, Nedu, asked him, so would you also do that to Natasha? And he said, oh, you guys want to put me in trouble. Can you imagine being in a gathering and the man that is supposed to be your husband utters such words with so much disregard and disrespect? But after the podcast, I think he went home, and Natasha is not Annie, the Annie that will cry, the Annie that will kneel down and beg you, the Annie that would be all over calling your family members, calling your friends, please talk to him. This Natasha is not a nonsense woman. So I think after the podcast, he got home and Natasha said, you said that you have to go on in the public and apologize to me in public. He humbled himself to go and apologize. This is one thing he would have never done with Annie. He left Annie because he wanted peace. But we all know that Tuface is far from peace. And this is a lesson to you all. The grass is not always greener on the other side. So a lot of people are now going online. His friends, families, are saying we should pray for Tuface Idibia. That Tuface has been put in the bottle. There's something they call juju. They don't tire for bottle. But the good news here is my beautiful Annie was surrounded by a lot of people. And Annie is glowing and doing well. Nothing in this world that God has created surpasses family. The moment you break that union, you will now understand what loneliness means. Those your friends that will tell you don't allow her, don't take nonsense for her, they will run into their shell. They'll say, now your problem be that. Those people that are hailing you when you're not listening to your wife or treating her bad, those people will leave. Family is everything. When God has blessed you with a family, don't destroy it. Love your wife. Wives, respect your husbands. But if a man leads with empathy, a man leads with respect, there is no way, except that woman is a foolish woman, that will not respect and honor that man. Because if you treat her right, in return, your days, your older days, will be so enjoyable. His family is scattered everywhere because of wrong life choices. Men, young boys, this is the lesson to you all. Be a man of integrity. Be a leader by leading your wives in love and empathy, by doing the right thing, by showing your children good examples of what a father and a husband would be for your next generation, by creating a legacy that your children will look back to and say, yes, my father is a good man and was a good man. Love your wives. There is nothing out there. The grass is not always greener on the other side. And I've come to the end of this video today. I hope that I was able to share my thoughts. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think? Do you think he has truly found the peace? Do you think he's truly in a bottle like his brothers are all suggesting online that something is wrong? Or do you think, are you those people that are saying, in toy, we see you they find, you don't finally see him? Or are you of a belief that you hope and pray that things change? And I hope that Tuface heals and become a better man going forward. I've come to the end of my video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and I will see you guys in my next one. Like I always do at the end of my videos, you are loved, you're special, you're kind, you're beautiful. Do not let anyone take your joy. Go on and shine light because the world awaits your blessing. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.